So this is one of the first playoff games of the year, and playoffs this year are working a bit differently in this league because teams in the league cut down by 2 teams. Instead of doing like a series at the beginning, it's a round robin and you play every team in the division. So they split the league up into 2 divisions, A and B. Both of my teams, unfortunately, were in A division. There ended up being 5 teams in each division. Each team plays each other, and then the top 4 teams move on to the next round, and then the 5th team gets eliminated. This is the first game of the playoff series, and it ended up being the Buds against my Blades of Steel team. The Buds are the winners from last year. They have a ton of talent. I always talk about that over and over and over again, and it's just the case. And when it comes to playoffs, they really turn it on. It can get pretty dirty, but they play really hard and they really try to score and actually put effort into it. So they're always a really tough team to beat, and we'll see how this game ends up going. Blades of Steel are a really solid team. So we were really good all year, and then now we have to bring it through the playoffs, which we in the past haven't really done that well. So we're gonna see if we can actually do that differently this time. I've had people ask me over and over again of what socks I always recommend, and I've been using Cutshield for a while now, and have multiple stuff from them. So Cutshield is a company out of Canada that makes cut resistant socks, and these are their Pro Air 6, which means it's an ANSI level 6 for cut resistance on here. They also make pretty awesome slash guards and wrist guards. You see them in the NHL a lot. Basically look for this gray material under players' gloves and under their elbow pads, and it's probably Cutshield. This version of it has an Evo shield piece in, so you have slash guard and it's skate cut resistant. This stuff is fantastic and I absolutely love it. I've been using it for a long time. Did a full review of it up there so you can check it out. But I now have a coupon code with Cutshield, so if you want to support the channel, you can check out the link in the description to Cutshield, buy some socks, which I think are honestly one of the better socks on the market. I absolutely love them. They're pretty thin and they are cut resistant and they're not too hot either. And I have no issues with these whatsoever on my custom skates where I need a really thin one. You can see how you can basically see my skin through them, so they are thin on here. And this part doesn't really feel or get that hot compared to some of those Kevlar socks. So I absolutely love this material. So check them out. I always recommend them. Use my coupon code. You get 25% off and it helps support the channel so I can keep making videos and making more content. Otherwise, if you want to support the channel without buying anything, check out links in the description to Patreon, buy me a coffee. Everything through there comes again back into the channel so I can keep making more content and doing real reviews.
Y'all ready for this?
So as you can see, this was one of the most frustrating games in terms of like the end result I've ever played in. This was such a solid game for my team. I thought I played pretty good too, and it was just a great battle, and it just like the worst bounce you can almost imagine happens. And even then, like the first goal, for example, this didn't go in unless the ice was super slippery at the beginning of the game, which it was. Where a guy makes a pass out in front of the net, I play the pass, hits my D's leg, goes out to someone out front who kicks it with his foot off my other teammate's foot. It's still sliding. It looks like it's going to his backhand, so I slide over in case he tries to shoot it really fast, because generally, like, why wouldn't you shoot that really fast to get it on net? Pulls it back, loses it, hits the post, hits my calf wrap, and goes in. So it's just a calamity of like, what do you do on plays like these? Everything wrong that could happen there basically did happen, and we got a bad bounce and they ended up scoring on it. The second goal is a bad rebound by me, and there's not a whole lot I can like say besides that. Shot from the point. These guys tip a lot. All these shots aren't to score, they're to tip. They have great hands. I think he gets a piece of this, hits the paddle of my stick to be a really awful rebound that just juts out and sits out. I tried to kind of smother it. Because these guys are so good at tipping it, you can't really try to catch pucks directly on here because they'll tip it away from it. So you have to basically body block as best as you can and cover as much as you can for where that tip is going. And it just hits my stick and not my body, just squirts out, and then they just jam home the rebound. And even then, I actually make a save on the first little part. He whacks it, I make a pad save, it sits there, and then he whacks the next one under my pad, under my back, and into the net. So that was another one where like I'd made an okay play. I made two technically saves. They weren't the best. I needed to have that rebound, and then they get the third one, and it's just frustrating in that sense. And then this last goal is one of the worst goals I've given up, and it's just, what do you do here? Shot from the point, going 15, 20 feet wide. I can't even see the initial shot because the guy's skating on front. I'm looking around. I pick it up the last second, hits my D's leg. And again, this is going way wide and goes right between my pad and the post. And this goal is so frustrating. I watched this after it happened and I was like, well, what did I do? Did I screw up? Did I get lazy? Did I do that wrong? Like, yeah, I guess I could have slid into that shot a bit in case there's a tip, but it was going so far wide, basically zero danger, and it just hit the exact angle that didn't hit me and I couldn't react to. You can actually watch my leg kind of try to jut a bit, and I just got stuck on the ice because I was so planted, and it was just an awful goal. And it absolutely kills the team that is the goal and how it went in, and it's so frustrating and it's so disappointing. Overall, the team played fantastic. I thought I played pretty decently. I made a ton of very lucky but very nice saves as well. Like that stick save was really solid, and like I played okay, and this is a very good offensive team we're playing against, and unfortunately the result was just a sad ending in this case.
You're watching HockeyReviews.ca.